Hey, congrats on 30 years in the business. Um,
Yeah.
I wanted to take us back to like your history and how you got into reggae.
Okay. Okay. Well, this year's Mighty Crown's 30th anniversary, but due to like COVID thing, we're
Mhm.
trying to push it to like from this maybe like from like end of this year to like next year. So all the big events we're gonna push it to like next year. And we started Mighty Crown 1991, like 3 decades ago.
Long time.
Yeah, that sounds like long time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we started playing in like small bars, clubs in Yokohama. That's where like I'm born and raised, me and Sammy.
Mhm.
And we had like a bunch of other guys from Fireball, who's like reggae artist, reggae act in Japan. We all started Mighty Crown 91. We were like all teenagers. I was like 18, 17, 18. Sammy was like 15, 16 years old. And that's when we like, say, yo, let's do this thing, because reggae dancehall was something like it was something different to we. Everything was so, I don't know, it was so amazing, the whole bass, the whole sound. That's how we like got into reggae. You had like other sound people, you have other sound man, selector DJs in Yokohama, Tokyo, Osaka, playing before us. And that's, well, basically that was it. When we were like skateboarders, and everybody was like skating, like
Yeah,
skateboard
yeah.
when we were like kids. Yeah. And then the hot spot was at a reggae club in Yokohama, like a reggae bar, small club, like maybe like 50 people
Mhm.
max, 50 to like 100 people. But it was packed every week, and they play reggae and dancehall. So that's where the influence came from.
Who was there any other sound systems before you doing, cutting dubs and doing that thing, or were you one of the first in Japan to actually do it?
We're not the first one, actually. You had like sound system in Tokyo called Taxi Hi-Fi.
Mhm.
And then in Yokohama you had a song called Banana Size. Like, banana size like weed, like
Yeah.
weed size, yeah. And you had like other sound in Osaka, but that was like the main area. Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka was the big reggae city, so-called reggae dancehall city.
Sure.
You had people like before us still, but I think we pushed it on like a way different level. Like, yeah, because like our style was more like influenced by like New York and like Jamaica.
Sure. And that leads me on to my
Yeah.
next question. I've seen flyers of events in New York and like
Mm.
Billmore Ballroom with Mighty Crown on the flyer around kind of like, I don't know, mid 90s maybe. When did you head over to New York?
I was in LA from around 1990, and then Sammy went to Brooklyn in 92. And then it was around that era,
Okay.
early 90s, early 90s.
And did you live
And
there or
then,
were you just kind of visiting and for
now
periods of
we were
time?
living there. Yeah, we're like going to school. We were like living there. And then that's where we really got the first impact, influence of
Hmm.
this whole sound system culture thing. Because yeah, like sound like King Addies, LP,
Yeah.
bunch of like like Brooklyn sound, like New York sound from like even like Queens.
Yeah.
And then once in a while you saw sound like Bass Odyssey, Kilimanjaro, um come to New York, Brooklyn, and clash in Biltmore. Actually, we never played in Biltmore.
Oh,
I
okay.
think yeah, we used to like we used to go there every time, but we didn't play in Biltmore. We played in Starlight Ballrooms.
Okay.
Actually,
Nice.
Sammy played in
Yeah.
Starlight Ballroom. Yeah.
Nice. What over the years, obviously you've clashed a lot of sounds. What
Mm.
has been one of the most memorable clashes for you?
There's too many. That's a very hard question.
Yeah.
But I can't left out 99 World Clash in Brooklyn
Yep.
against yeah, Kilimanjaro, with Ricky Chupa and Mataran. That was like a game changer for us too, you know. That kind of changed everything, you know, like the whole lifestyle, and like everything changed for
Mm,
us. That
nice.
was like the real game changer, yeah. But uh there's like so many, you know, like I can't even like remember which one. Like Jamaica World Clash, definitely, and UK Cup Clash was like nice too, you know. Yeah.
I remember. Do you
Yeah,
have
man.
a favorite dub of all time?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
question.
you keep on asking a lot of hard questions, you know. Favorite dub? Definitely Buju and Shaba.
Nice.
Buju and Shaba, yeah. Buju and Shaba combo. That's one. The Jackures,
Yeah.
Love is the Only Solution on Java Rhythm.
Mm.
And the Far East, you know, the Buju Sanchez tune is always my favorite. And also Jimmy Cliff. Um, that's a hard question.
You got into production
Mm,
over the last few years. What
right.
transition been like moving into that world from sound system, being a selector?
Well, we've been actually producing a lot of like Japanese reggae and dance artists, you know, for maybe like 20 years already,
Okay.
you know. Yeah, but we trying to like um produce a lot of like you know, like Jamaican, or like it doesn't have to be Jamaican still. It could be New York or England or France, or you know, wherever.
Mhm.
But something like more like English based, you
Mm.
know, so-called patois English based.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Any
because that's what we've
production?
been doing actually, you know, because
Yeah.
like sound system, like cutting dubplate is like producing in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of ideas coming up. Say, yo, if you know, like we build our own rhythm, and like there's a lot of rhythm, and like we just want to like push out to like a different dimension now.
Any upcoming productions we should be looking out for?
Um, you'll see. You'll see. Yeah.
Sure. Um, the current state of dancehall is a bit of a point of controversy. The sound is evolving
Mm,
into what people call, say, trap dancehall, and the content
right. Right.
seems to be in some areas quite
Mm,
explicit, or more explicit than it has been over the years. What's your view
very,
on
very
it?
explicit.
What's your view on it?
Um, I've been listening to you know, reggae and dancehall, and I've been seeing the transition from the you know, the early 90s to like, you know, 2021. And everything something new come up, there's always some good talk and bad talk behind it,
Sure.
you know? And if that's like, let's say like a new artist right now who's like, you know, like busting up Jamaica or busting up dancehall, I
Mm,
had nothing against it, because that's what they love
mm,
and it works for them, you
yeah.
know? So to me, it's like it's like a branch. You know, you have the roots, that's like reggae, you know, and you have dancehall, and then it's 2021. So new music gotta come in, new people gotta come in, you know, so I got nothing against them. But some of the lyrics, you know, some of them I agree, some of them I disagree, because some of them is not my lifestyle, you know. It's too explicit in a way.
Yeah.
It's cool enough.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm like nothing against the youth, them, and like I play their music,
mhm.
and then like it's nice, but you know, some of the lyrics, I don't live that lifestyle no more in a way, you know, like it's like you said, it was like really explicit.
Yeah. Are there any artists who you really admire, you find inspiring at the moment, to have broken in the last, say, couple of years?
um yeah, of course, you know, like um you mean like the current, like the recent
Yeah.
artists you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Chronix Protoje, and Lila Ike. Coffee. They're my favorite. I've been playing their music like every week. On radio. We don't have shows nowadays, but
Sure.
before COVID, we've been playing that like every day, every week. That's like one of my favorite right now. Like musically and the lyrics wise too. Like their message and everything is like really positive and like I think people need that kind of music, especially like right now. But in terms of dancehall now, I think, wow, that's a good question. Of course, you got the Vibes Cartel and the Movados, that's still cool. And Governor, I think his lyrics is nice. His song, his production is like well put.
Yeah.
Governor, his
Like,
music
for me,
video is nice too.
He's like a modern day Professor Nuts almost. In kind of
Yeah, man,
storytelling
that's true.
style, and like the flow is quite different to the normal kind of whatever's out there at the minute.
Yeah, that's true. And
Yeah.
definitely Idonia,
Yeah.
Idonia is my favorite too. And Agent Sasko's been my favorite for years. I think he should be rated more. And still, like I still respect Skilly Band music. He's been popping too. You got people who diss Skilly Band in a way that's like trash music, rare, but I don't really think so. He got his own style. He created his own style. So
Yeah.
I think Skilly Bang is cool too. But you got a lot of artists. Like even like Tara Striley. Morgan Heritage is been my favorite too. But we playing like more like dancehall crowd. Because we can't be playing Chronics and Protege all night. It's like we gotta make the girls them broke out and the bad man them fire shot and Ray and that's our style still. But those are like basically like the main artists. But I can't forget like Beanie Man, Buju, and Bounty Killer. That's my artist for years. So.
What is the Japanese dancehall scene like at the moment? Are there stars that, I mean, if for someone who doesn't know much about it, what's a good entry point?
That's a good question. Dancehall in Japan right now has been changing, I think. And let's say like 20 years ago or like even 15 years ago, like the Japanese reggae dancehall artists, who was like really at their prime. And right now, it's like you got different generation of people coming in. But I think the biggest problem right now in Japan, and I think this is like a worldwide thing to me, is that the young kids, right, are not that interested in dancehall in Japan like before. Everybody's into hip hop. Everybody's into hip hop right now. Like all the teenagers, you see them freestyling, like doing their cypher like in the streets. It's like hip hop is real big. And you have like a lot of like rappers coming up, but I don't see much like the young talents in reggae and dancehall in Japan. That's like the biggest problem right now, to be honest, in Japan. Even like selectors, everybody's like in their 30s and like like 40s. That's like the main age, I guess. Like 30s and 40s right now in Japan. You got some like teenage selectors, like some selectors in their 20s, but when we were like playing Mighty Crown back in the days, everybody's was in their teenage and like in their 20s. So in order to change everything, I think like I gotta like just not me but everybody in Japan gotta like bring up like the young youth them.
Yeah,
that's what I think. I think that's been a problem in the sound system arena or the sound system scene from what I've seen, traveling all over the world.
And do you think people are kind of like turned off from the culture due to, maybe like bad experiences working with, I don't know, because I think like a problem I'd heard is trying to get dub plates, for example. and then getting scammed or these type of things. These are kind of hurdles or obstacles that maybe put people off getting into it, and obviously it's very expensive as well.
It is expensive. That, well, the thing is, being a top zone or top selector, or if you're aiming to be, if your goal is to become like a top zone, you need to spend money. And like you said, dub play money is crazy, and because some of the artists charge like $1,000 a song, 1,500 for one song, and it's really hard for like a regular selector, even a top selector, to pay that. That's kind of an obstacle in a way.
Yeah,
it's been an obstacle for us too, because the artists, them, I don't blame the artists, but you got this thing called Japan price. They double up the price because everybody say, yo, Japan, they got money.
yeah.
So I think it's been a problem. It's been a talk for years in Japan. I don't think it's only in Japan, even in Europe, and I think in all over. But I think sometimes, not every time, but Japan get like the high price, because even though we travel all the way from the Far East to Jamaica and spreading the music, but that's kind of hard too. But nowadays, I don't think a lot of selected like cut dubs like before, unless you're like a class zone, because you could play like regular like 45 and just deal with it, I guess. But it's I don't know. There's a lot of elements to that.
Yeah.
Dubplate is one. Dubplate is definitely one. And the next thing I think a lot of people been talking is that like the dancehall, reggae, we need like an international hit in order for like the regular people in Japan to like get involved. That's what I think too.
It kind of moves in cycles, because I think around 2015, 2016, it had another boom when you had hit records crossing over from like Drake and Rihanna, and it seems to have moved away from that now. Afrobeats has a much more, it seems to be quite this kind of the genre right now.
That's true. That's true. Afrobeat, Afro dancehall. I think that's like the new trend. I guess more than that the Jamaican, the core so-called dancehall.
Yeah. You've toured around the world and played in many countries and cities. Has there been a particular place or city where you played that you just love, or outside of Japan?
Wow. There's so many. Definitely UK. UK always show us love. Jamaica, New York. We haven't been playing in New York for a while, but New York's been a nice place for us. It's been a big influence for Mighty Crown over the years. And place like like Italy, place like Salento got like vibes, just vibes. Yeah, places like Germany too. They got like, it's like different playing in Germany compared to like UK. Like in UK we gotta play certain like more like so-called like the Jamaican style.
Yes.
But in Italy and like Germany it's like a little bit different. Yeah, they got their own so-called favorite.
That's right. Yeah. You've kindly,
even in Japan it's the same thing. Yeah.
You've kindly put together a guest mix for the Sound System show. What can we expect in the mix?
Something new, update the thing, from reggae to the latest dancer. I try put like a little bit of everything. Yeah, it's easy for us to go into the classic, but it's 2021, and so we'll play some some reggae to like the latest dancer.
Wicked. Simon, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
And, yeah, man. Definitely.
We'll look out for those new productions and stay safe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. New production for 2021, 2022. New mighty crown.
Mad.
All right.
Peace, bro. Stay safe.
Yeah, man. Yo, when's the show coming up?
It will
When's the show
be
airing?
it will be in the next 3 weeks. So I'll send you a date.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I'll
Let me
send
know.
you all the assets and that you can share on your socials.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Good talking to you.
And you, man. Take care.
Yeah, man. Stay safe.
You too.